I want to start this deep dive with a picture. It's a scenario that really jumped out from the research, and it just highlights this massive difference in how we think about our bodies.
You're talking about the yoga versus the master comparison.
Exactly. So picture this. You walk into like a modern yoga studio. You've got your mat, your leggings, maybe a green juice.
The whole vibes.
The whole vibe. And you go up to the instructor and you ask, hey, where exactly is my heart chakra located?
Right. And you're going to get a very specific answer in that world. They'll point right to the center of your chest. They might even tell you it's green or that it spins. It's very geometric.
There's a landmark on a map, a fixed point.
Yeah.
But if you were to walk up to, say, an old school Chinese master, someone trained in these traditional energetic arts, and ask that same question.
They probably wouldn't point to a spot. They might just laugh.
Right. They wouldn't answer, where is it? They'd look at you and say, the real question is it flowing well?
And that's it. That's the whole shift.
Yeah. That shift from where is it to is it flowing? That's the entire hook for what we're unpacking today, the Chinese energy map. And honestly, reading through this, it doesn't feel like a mystical text. It feels more like a technical manual.
That is the perfect way to frame it. It's not magic, it's plumbing. The core metaphor here isn't a temple, it's an irrigation system.
Like for a rice paddy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Think about it. Water doesn't need a sacred spot to just sit there. In fact, if water just sits in a paddy, what happens?
It stagnates, it's gross. If it was algae, it rots.
And this perspective says your body is exactly the same. Energy or ki, it has to move. If it stops, you get sick. If it flows well, you're healthy. It's that simple.
And the sources promise that when the flow is good, the results are surprisingly physical. We're not talking about some abstract spiritual goal.
No, not at all. It's very practical stuff.
Yeah, we're talking about warm feet, feeling light in your body, a calm mind, and just being able to make a decision without spiraling into anxiety.
Functional wellness, that's the goal.
So to get there, we've got to break down the 4 pillars from the material. We have the fuel, which is key. We've got the highways, the meridians, the batteries, which are the Dantians, and then at the end, we're going to walk through a 7-day protocol to actually, reset this system.
So let's start with the fuel. Let's start with chi.
Yeah, let's unpack that word, because I think for most people, ki brings up images from martial arts movies.
Oh, absolutely. The whole energy ball, exploding boulders thing.
The movie magic version.
Yeah.
But the sources are pretty clear. We need to strip all that away. So what is it really?
Well, if you map the physiological descriptions to modern science, the best translation for chi is basically bioelectricity.
Bioelectricity, okay.
It's the spark. It's the force that's driving your blood flow. It's the heat that keeps you at 98.6 degrees. It's the electrical signals in your brain that let you think. Without it, you're just meat and bone.
So it's not magic, it's voltage.
Precisely. It's your battery power. And this is where it gets really interesting, especially for longevity. The sources talk about 2 different kinds of power, prenatal chi and postnatal chi.
The prenatal chi, that's the one that kind of freaked me out a little. The text calls it your trust fund.
It's a great analogy. Prenatal chi is what you inherit from your parents, your genetic vitality. It's stored in the kidneys, according to this system. It's your baseline, those people who can just do anything.
Oh, yeah. The ones who can stay up all night, eat garbage, and still look amazing the next day.
Yeah.
The people we all hate.
Exactly. They were born with a massive trust fund, a huge battery. But then some people are born with a smaller one, they get sick easily or just tire out.
But there's a catch with the trust fund, isn't there?
It's non-renewable. That's the scary part. Once you spend that prenatal chi, it is gone. You can't make more. When that battery runs out, well, that's it.
So we're all just slowly burning down a finite candle? That sounds incredibly depressing.
It would be if that was the only source. But that's where the second type comes in, postnatal chi. This is your checking account.
Okay.
This is the energy you generate every single day from the food you eat and the air you breathe.
I see the strategy here. The whole game is to live off your daily checking account so you never have to dip into the trust fund.
Bingo. That is the entire secret to longevity in this system. If you eat well, breathe deeply, manage stress, you pay your daily bills with your daily income, and that trust fund, that prenatal chi, it just stays in the bank.
So how would someone listening right now know if they're, overdrawing their account? Because I feel like most of us are just running on caffeine and have no idea what's really in the tank.
The material gives a simple self-check, and what I like about it is that it's all about physical sensations. It's not about seeing auras or anything like that. It's tangible.
Okay, let's go through them. What are the warning lights?
First one is temperature. This is the easiest one. Right now, are your hands and feet warm?
And if they're cold?
Well, in this system, qi is heat. It's yang energy. So if your hands and feet are always cold, if you have to wear socks to bed, it means the pump is weak. The electricity isn't reaching the end of the line.
So cold hands aren't just an annoyance, they're a dashboard light.
Right, a circulation issue. The second indicator is sensation. Does your body feel light or does it feel heavy and sluggish?
Ugh, I know that feeling. Waking up and feeling like you're wearing a lead suit.
Exactly that. The texts call it dampness or stagnation. If you sleep for 8 hours but still wake up exhausted, that's a sign the electricity isn't circulating properly.
Okay, and the third one was about the brain.
The mind. Is it calm and focused, or is it scattered and anxious? We think of anxiety as purely psychological, right?
Yeah, just stress.
But in this map, that monkey mind, where you can't decide what to eat for dinner, you can't focus, that's a symptom of low voltage. When the system's energy is stable, the machine is quiet. When it flickers, the mind races.
I love that. It really grounds mental health in physical regulation.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got the fuel. Now we need the highways to deliver it, the meridians.
That's the highways, yeah.
And the text uses a country analogy here, which was really helpful.
It is. So imagine your body as a country. Your big organs, the heart, liver, lungs, those are your major cities.
Right.
The meridians are the highways that connect all of them.
And just like in real life, if the highway is blocked, the city at the end of it suffers.
That's the whole principle. The golden rule they mention is tongzi butang.
Which means?
Pain means no flow. Flow means no pain. It's the core of acupuncture. If you have a sharp pain in your shoulder, the Western view might be muscle strain. The Chinese view is simpler, traffic jam.
A literal traffic jam of bioelectricity.
Exactly. And if that highway is jammed, the city, the organ, it starves. It doesn't get fresh blood, fresh signals. Over time, that starvation becomes disease.
So how do we clear the jam? Because my first instinct is to just force it. Get a foam roller or a deep massage.
Yeah. The Western instinct is to bulldoze it.
Right. But the sources say they can actually be counterproductive.
Because force creates resistance. The sources give 3 keys to restoring flow, and they're much more subtle. The first one is posture.
The garden hose analogy.
Simple physics. If you're slumped over your desk in that tick neck posture, you are literally kinking the hose. The instruction is to imagine a string pulling the top of your head up, lengthening your spine.
You unkink the hose, the water flows. So simple. What's number 2?
Breath. The breath is the pump. You can have open highways, but if the engine isn't running, nothing moves. Deep, rhythmic breathing is what actually drives circulation through the torso.
And the third one, this concept was new to me, but it seems really central, sung.
Yes, sung. S-U-N-G. It's so hard to translate because we don't really have an English word for it. It's kind of like relaxed, but not really.
Because when we say relax, we mean collapse, like melting into the couch.
Exactly. Slouching. That's not sung. The best image the source gives is a shirt on a hanger. The shirt is totally relaxed. Gravity is pulling it down. There's no tension. But it hasn't collapsed into a heap on the floor. The hanger gives it structure.
So sung is this balance between structure and relaxation.
That's it. We're either rigid and tense or we're collapsed and slouching. Sung is the middle path. You're upright, but the muscles are just hanging off the bone. And that state creates the most internal space for qi to flow.
It's like alert relaxation. You're widening the pipes.
Precisely. The path of least resistance.
Okay, so we had the fuel and the highways. Now let's talk about storage. The Dantians.
The batteries, or elixir fields, which is the more poetic name.
The sources say we have 3, stacked vertically, and they really emphasize starting from the bottom.
Oh yeah, the order is critical. You start with the lower dantian. This is the foundation. It's deep inside your lower abdomen, a few inches below the navel. This is where your that core survival energy is stored.
Foundation of the house.
It's the bedrock. If this is empty, you feel ungrounded, you might get sick a lot, or psychologically you just feel floaty, easily scared.
Then moving up, we get to the middle dantian.
That's at the heart center. This is all about emotion, relationships. If you have a block here, it feels like chest tightness, heartbreak, shortness of breath, that kind of thing. It's the emotional battery.
And the top floor is the upper dantian.
The wisdom center, the third eye. This stores Shen, which is your spirit or intellect. And this is where the reading gets really critical of modern life. It points out a modern trap.
I related to this one hard. It's about being top-heavy.
We live in a culture that worships the upper dantian. We're knowledge workers, right? We stare at screens, we analyze data, we're just thinking, thinking, thinking all day.
We're revving that engine until it smokes.
But we completely ignore the basement. We sit in chairs all day, our bodies get weak, our breathing is shallow, and the result is what they call floating energy.
And what does that feel like?
It feels like the modern condition. Insomnia, racing thoughts, anxiety. You have a hot head and cold feet. All your energy is trapped in the attic with no foundation to hold it.
So the Taoist rule is, fill the lower to enlighten the upper.
It's a prerequisite. You can't have clear Shen real wisdom if your Jing, your physical battery, is dead. You have to charge the belly before you can properly use the brain.
It just flips the whole mind over matter idea on its head. It's matter supports mind.
Exactly. You want to think better, don't try to think harder, ground yourself first.
This brings up the comparison to the Indian chakra system. I'm sure a lot of people are thinking, wait, belly, heart, head. That sounds like chakras.
And it maps to the same territory, for sure. But the mission is different. The chakra system is usually presented as a vertical ladder for ascension. You start at the root and you want to climb up to the crown to connect with the divine.
It's about transcendence.
Right. Rising above the physical plane. The Dantian system is much more pragmatic. It's about preservation. It's not trying to leave the body. It's trying to make the body more robust. It's asking, do you have enough gas in the tank to survive?
So chakras are for the mystic, Dantians are for the mechanic.
That's a great way to put it. The lower Dantian covers the root and sacral chakras, but the goal isn't to leave that area behind. The goal is to fill it up so you become solid.
Okay, before we get to the practical steps, we should cover the traps. The sources were really clear about what not to do.
This is so important. The number one trap is thinking versus feeling.
The visualization trap.
Right. A book tells you, imagine a red ball of light in your stomach. So you sit there and you paint a mental picture of a red ball. That's not Qigong, that's just imagination. That's using your upper Dantian to think about your lower Dantian.
So what should you be doing instead?
You should be feeling, can you actually feel the warmth of your blood in your belly? Can you feel the texture of your clothes on your skin? It's about physical sensation, not mental pictures. If you're imagining it, you're in your head.
Got it. Another trap was chasing sensations.
The fireworks trap. People want a wild experience. They want to see flashing lights, feel crazy vibrations. The masters say ignore all of that. That's just your nervous system decompressing. It's just noise.
So if I'm not supposed to look for fireworks, how do I know it's working? What's the real metric?
Is your life better? It's that simple. Did you sleep better? Were you less irritable with your partner today? Did you have more energy at 4 p.m.? Those are the real signs. If you're seeing visions but you're still a jerk, it's not working.
I appreciate how grounded that is. The proof is in the pudding. Okay, let's get actionable. The 7-day protocol, a chi baseline reset, 10 minutes a day.
Yeah, it's a stabilization routine, not a workout, a tune-up.
Walk us through it. Step 1 is breath.
2 minutes. And the pattern is specific. Inhale for 4 counts, exhale for 6 counts.
Why is the exhale longer?
It's pure biology. A long exhale activates your parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest system. It's a direct signal to your body that you're safe. You're manually downshifting out of fight or flight.
Okay, so we're calm. Step 2, hand on belly.
3 minutes. Just place your palm on your lower dantian below your navel and keep your attention there.
Energy flows where attention goes.
It's a physical reality. When you focus on a part of your body, blood flow literally increases to that area, so you're drawing that excess energy out of your racing mind and banking it in the lower battery. Just feel the warmth.
Step 3 is slow walking.
3 minutes, and this is not power walking. The text calls it kissing the ground with your feet.
That's a nice image.
You just roll through your foot, feeling every bit of contact, heel, arch, toe. This is all about grounding. It pulls that static, that anxious energy down and out into the earth.
And finally, a simple stretch.
2 minutes, just for the neck and shoulders. The neck is the bottleneck between the brain and body. If it's tight, nothing can flow up or down properly. You have to open the highway.
So breathing, hand on belly, slow walking, neck stretch, 10 minutes.
That's it. And the source adds a few lifestyle rules to make it actually work.
The guardrails.
Right. Number 1, sleep is non-negotiable. It's the only way to refill your core jing. You can't hack it.
Number 2 is about food temperature, which I found surprising.
Eat warm foods. Avoid ice water. Your stomach is like a furnace. If you dump ice on a fire, it has to work twice as hard to get hot again. You're just wasting digestive energy.
And finally, a digital detox.
You have to rest the Shen. You have to give that upper dantian a break. You can't be plugged in 24/7 and expect to feel grounded.
It's amazing how these ancient principles just They align so perfectly with modern science on nervous system regulation. The vagus nerve, circadian rhythms, it's all here, just with different words.
It's convergent knowledge. They didn't have MRIs, they just had thousands of years of human observation. They noticed what worked, they mapped the software by watching it run.
So for anyone listening, this really shifts wellness from something you believe in to something you just maintain.
Exactly. You're the mechanic of your own body. You don't need a guru. If you feel anxious, check your dashboard. Are my feet cold? Is my breath shallow? Am I slouching? You have the tools.
I want to leave everyone with a challenge then, based on that idea that energy flows where attention goes.
The golden rule?
If your attention is on your problems, your energy is feeding your problems. If it's on the news, your energy is just draining into a screen.
But if you can bring that attention back to your own center, you're reinvesting it in yourself.
So here's the challenge. Right now, unless you're driving, just stop for 5 seconds. Put one hand on your belly, a couple of inches below your navel. Close your eyes. Don't visualize anything. Just feel the warmth of your hand.
That sensation right there, that's the battery charging.
That's the beginning of flow. Thanks for diving in with us.
See you next time.